If you're looking for a single exercise that quickly and effectively reduces pain in the feet, knees, hips, and lower back, the chair-supported squat is a smart option. It provides initial support and strengthens the entire posterior chain, reigniting your natural shock absorption capacity, lost with aging or after joint surgeries, by teaching your body to distribute forces efficiently. To perform it, stand with your back to a sturdy chair, feet hip-width apart, core gently engaged, and spine erect. Inhale slowly, bend your knees, and push your hips back as if to sit, lightly touching the seat with your glutes without putting your full weight on it. As you exhale, press into the floor with your heels, engaging your quadriceps and glutes to return to standing. Complete 12 to 15 repetitions for 3 sets, always respecting your comfort limit and stopping immediately if you feel sharp joint pain. As you gain strength and confidence, you can add light dumbbells or gradually increase repetitions while keeping impeccable form. Studies show about a 30% reduction in peak knee joint load compared to bodyweight squats, and up to a 40% decrease in lower back and hip pain after 8 weeks of regular practice, confirming its protective and analgesic effect. Beyond strengthening the quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and calves, this protocol enhances proprioception, a key factor in fall prevention, and can increase knee range of motion by 15%, translating into easier stair climbing and safer walking. When executed with correct posture, chest up and gaze forward to protect the cervical spine, this exercise also activates deep core and pelvic stabilizers, reducing stress on intervertebral discs and paraspinal ligaments. This contributes to preventing chronic injuries and improves posture throughout the day. To maximize results, integrate dynamic ankle and hip stretches, like plantar and dorsiflexion movements and gentle rotations, to preserve tendon and muscle flexibility. Include complementary open chain exercises, such as seated knee extensions and hamstring curls, to balance strengthening and avoid muscular compensations that could cause new discomfort. Tracking your progress by recording reps, weights, and discomfort level each session allows you to safely and effectively adjust load as your body adapts. Practicing 2 to 3 times per week delivers significant benefits, reducing fall risk by up to 50% in people over 65, and promoting greater independence and quality of life. Combined with healthy habits, adequate hydration, quality sleep, and balanced nutrition, the assisted squat becomes a rehabilitation and prevention tool available to anyone aiming to stay active without compromising joint health. Consistent practice, backed by physical therapists' expertise and clinical results, transforms this simple movement into a comprehensive strengthening and pain relief strategy, allowing you to rediscover mobility and confidence to face daily life with more vigor. How much can you transform your body with intelligence and safety? If you want to find out, join our community right now. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you never miss any content. And let me know in the comments which of these goals is most important to you at this moment. Gaining strength, improving stability, enhancing balance, or relieving that persistent back pain. Your stories will guide our next videos so we deliver exactly what you need. I'm looking forward to reading your experiences. If you want to reduce joint impact and pain in your feet, ankles, knees, hips, and spine, it's important to remember that this exercise requires skill, agility, and balance. If your stability is compromised, stay close to a countertop, table, or wall for support and proceed with caution, stopping immediately if you feel increased pain. When in doubt, consult your healthcare professional before attempting. The body's shock absorption system works in concert with the foot, ankle, knee, and hip. The foot, made up of 26 bones, fans out to absorb force and then closes to propel movement. Upon landing, you should feel this splaying followed by your ankle moving forward. Then control the knee over the ankle by engaging the quadriceps and finally allow a slight bend at the hip To practice, stand with your back to a chair, feet hip-width apart, core braced, and spine aligned. When you place your foot down, feel the forefoot fan open to disperse shock. Then let the ankle roll forward until your knee aligns gently over your big toe, controlled by the quadriceps, and finally allow the hip to flex, just enough to absorb the force, keeping the torso stable. As the movement becomes more natural, gradually increase the pace and add light weights or extra reps without sacrificing precision, since a biomechanics study showed that this absorption pattern significantly reduces peak load on the knee and hip, protecting the joints and relieving spinal tension. Beyond improving your impact-absorbing capacity, this exercise activates deep muscle chains. Strengthening the foot's intrinsic muscles enhances ankle stability, while controlling the quadriceps and gluteus medius corrects imbalances that often lead to lower back overload. With regular practice, 3 times per week, you'll notice gains in hip and ankle mobility and reduced pain when walking and climbing stairs. Benefits confirmed by rehabilitation research showing up to a 30% improvement in joint function within 6 weeks. To maximize the effect, combine the training with neuromuscular control exercises such as standing hip abduction, which reinforces the lateral stabilizers, and dynamic posterior chain stretches, promoting a balance between strength and flexibility, and preventing tightness that could compromise movement patterns. Maintaining rhythmic breathing and a fixed gaze ahead helps stabilize the core and cervical spine, making the movement more efficient and safe. If you wish to advance the progression, try performing the movement on a light, unstable surface like a balance disc to further challenge your equilibrium system and connective strength in the ankles and knees. Another step is to include controlled mini-jumps, absorbing each landing through the same forefoot opening, ankle dorsiflexion, and hip control pattern. These variations increase neuromuscular demand and help prevent falls and injuries in older adults, reducing accident risk by up to 40% when combined with global strengthening exercises. Never underestimate the importance of rational progression. Slowly increase weights, repetitions, or surface difficulty, always respecting your joint comfort and the body's feedback. Track your performance by recording successful reps, pain levels, and any balance issues. When you observe continuous improvement, proceed safely. And if pain persists, reduce squat depth to lessen knee and hip stress until you're ready to progress. By relearning to use your forefoot as a true shock absorber, controlling the ankle and engaging quadriceps and glutes in coordination, you rebuild a natural, efficient movement pattern. Incorporating this exercise into your routine strengthens not only superficial muscles, but also deep fibers and neuromuscular systems that support every step, restoring autonomy, reducing pain, and promoting active aging with healthier joints. If you seek an exercise that quickly and effectively reduces pain in the feet, ankles, knees, hips, and lower back, the chair-supported squat provides the ideal combination of stability and muscular reinforcement. It rekindles your body's natural impact absorption capacity and teaches efficient force distribution. Begin standing with your back to a sturdy chair, feet hip-width apart, core lightly braced, and spine erect. Inhale in a controlled manner as you bend your knees and push your hips back as though sitting, gently touching the seat with your glutes without bearing full weight. As you exhale, press into the floor with your heels, activating quadriceps and glutes to return upright. Perform 12 to 15 repetitions for 3 sets, always respecting your comfort limit and stopping immediately if you feel sharp joint pain. As you gain confidence and strength, add light dumbbells or increase reps without ever compromising perfect form. When your foot contacts the ground, feel the forefoot bones fan open to dissipate impact before closing for propulsion. a process shown in biomechanics studies to reduce knee joint peak load by about 30% compared to a free squat, protecting joints and easing spinal tension. Next, allow the ankle to move forward in a controlled manner until the knee aligns gently over your toes, engaging the quadriceps to slide smoothly over the foot and permit a slight hip sink to complete the impact absorption cycle. This is a sequential movement that may initially feel abrupt, as your brain and cerebellum must coordinate each phase smoothly. Thus, training with focus, imagining your musculoskeletal system as a well-lubricated shock absorber, descending and ascending without jolts, almost like a ninja moving silently and fluidly, is essential. This integration of proprioception, neuromuscular control, and full kinetic chain engagement strengthens not only superficial muscles, but also the deep stabilizers of the core and pelvis, enhancing lumbar stability and reducing stress on intervertebral discs. Patients following this protocol 3 times weekly report up to a 40% decrease in lower back and hip pain intensity after 8 weeks, along with an average 15% gain in knee range of motion, making daily tasks like stair climbing and standing from chairs easier. To further amplify results, incorporate dynamic ankle stretches, plantar flexion and dorsiflexion, and gentle hip rotations into your program to preserve tendon and muscle elasticity. Also include open chain exercises, such as seated knee extensions and hamstring curls, to balance strengthening and prevent compensations that could cause new overloads. Additionally, performing the movement on a slightly unstable surface, like a proprioceptive disc, challenges your balance system and accelerates motor re-education, while controlled mini-jumps heighten neuromuscular demand and reinforce the impact absorption pattern with each landing. The assisted squat also promotes local blood circulation, accelerating tissue repair processes, and reducing chronic inflammation that often exacerbates pain. Maintaining a steady breathing rhythm and keeping your gaze fixed on a point ahead strengthens core stabilization and protects the cervical spine, making each rep more efficient and safe. It's advisable to track your performance by recording reps, weights, and discomfort levels at the end of each session. When you notice improved stability and reduced pain, cautiously increase the load or complexity of the movement. Combined with healthy habits, consistent hydration, restorative sleep, and balanced nutrition, the chair-supported squat becomes a low-cost, highly effective rehabilitation and prevention strategy. Practicing 2 to 3 times per week can reduce fall risk by up to 50% in people over 65, promoting autonomy and quality of life. Finally, remember that each phase of the exercise, the forefoot fan dispersing impact, the ankle transferring the load, the quadriceps controlling the descent, and the glutes stabilizing the hip, is part of a single, centrally coordinated gesture by the nervous system. Training this coordination enhances cerebellar function, smoothing and automating the movement, resulting in a more fluid motion with fewer jolts. By internalizing this ninja descent and shock absorber ascent pattern, you not only relieve pain, but also establish a new motor pattern that will underlie any other physical activity, ensuring healthy joints and active aging. If you seek a comprehensive protocol to reduce pain in the feet, ankles, knees, hips, and lower back, begin by mastering the mechanics of the chair-supported squat, then progress to multidirectional movements that mirror everyday life. Stand with your back to a sturdy chair, feet hip-width apart, core engaged and spine neutral. Inhale as you bend the knees and push the hips back as if sitting, lightly touching the seat with your glutes without bearing full weight. Exhale into the heels, engaging quadriceps and glutes to stand. Perform 12 to 15 reps for 3 sets, always respecting your comfort threshold and stopping immediately if you feel sharp pain. As you gain confidence and fluidity in that silent ninja-like descent, add light dumbbells or increase reps without ever sacrificing impeccable technique. Once comfortable with this movement, turn the exercise into a real-life simulation by practicing in multiple directions. Imagine standing in the center of a clock face, with 12 o'clock in front and 6 o'clock behind. From this reference point, step forward toward 12. Apply the same impact absorption pattern, 4-foot fan, forward ankle shift, quadriceps controlling the knee over the big toe, and slight hip sink, and return to center with equal smoothness. Then repeat for the 1 and 11 o'clock positions, alternating directions and keeping your body stable, always returning the foot to the starting point and reinforcing your core. Continue clockwise until you've covered every hour on the clock, performing 3 to 5 reps per direction. This multidirectional work strengthens ligaments and stabilizing muscles not typically recruited in straightforward squats, improving neuromuscular control and reducing risks of twists and sprains. Integrating movement variations like these brings proven benefits to daily life. Walking on uneven terrain, reaching for objects, and climbing curved staircases. Research shows that multiplanar training can increase lateral stability by up to 25% and reduce instability episodes by 30%, study in adults over 60. To amplify results, combine these clock pattern steps with open chain exercises, seated knee extensions and hamstring curls, and dynamic ankle and hip stretches such as gentle rotations and plantar dorsiflexion, keeping tendons and muscles ready for any direction. Beyond strengthening, multidirectional training stimulates proprioception by challenging the cerebellum to coordinate smooth transitions between movement planes, enhancing balance and agility. Incorporating slightly unstable surfaces like balance discs and controlled mini-jumps raises complexity, demanding more from the neuromuscular system and ensuring adaptations that prevent falls by up to 50% when practiced regularly. Tracking progress, recording reps, directions, and comfort levels allows safe adjustment of load and complexity. To consolidate joint rehabilitation and health promotion, perform this protocol 2 to 3 times per week on non-consecutive days, alongside proper hydration, restorative sleep, and an anti-inflammatory diet. In a few weeks, you'll notice greater confidence moving in various directions, significant pain reduction, and improved posture and overall mobility. By internalizing this movement model, from the smooth, shock-absorbing descent to the firm, controlled ascent, you'll establish an efficient motor pattern that underpins all your activities, restoring autonomy and quality of life. With your toes pointing forward, begin by stepping toward 12 o'clock, landing firmly yet fluidly and controlling impact. Next, step backward, still keeping toes forward, and perform the same landing, then step toward 1 o'clock, maintaining toe alignment as you land softly at the 1 o'clock position. This slight angle shift significantly alters the load on foot and leg bones, muscles, and joints, requiring neuromuscular adaptation for stabilization. Gradually explore 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock is a purely lateral movement. Then 4 o'clock behind you, and so on, always toes forward. This sequence trains you to react and stabilize in every direction, teaching your brain to trigger shock absorption reflexes automatically and effectively. By diversifying landing directions, your sensory system, comprised of ankle and foot proprioceptors, receives varied stimuli that enhance balance and reduce injury risk. Studies show that multidirectional exercises improve the brain's ability to process balance signals, boosting postural response efficiency by up to 30% in athletes and rehabilitation patients. Furthermore, consciously aligning your toes promotes more even plantar pressure distribution, reducing pressure points and preventing heel and metatarsal pain. To maximize gains, it's essential to pair this practice with ankle-calf complex strengthening and joint mobility work. Include controlled ankle rotations in all directions, standing and seated calf raises, toe extensions, and myofascial foot sole massage. These strategies help maintain a healthy foot arch and provide dynamic stability during landings. Recent research found that individuals who added specific ankle exercises to their daily routine reduced sprain incidence by 25% over the subsequent 4 weeks. Another essential aspect is engaging the core and posterior chain. When landing in different directions, your torso and glutes must remain active to control hip and spinal movement. Consciously activating these muscles not only improves movement efficiency, but also establishes motor patterns that prevent harmful compensations, such as excessive foot pronation or internal knee rotation. Feedback techniques, like recording your exercise and analyzing alignment in slow motion, can be used to spot and precisely correct minor form errors, elevating training quality. To ensure safe progress, start this practice on padded or unstable surfaces, such as a firm mattress or balance pad, reducing impact intensity until stability is achieved. Then advance to firm surfaces, and eventually add resistance with weighted vests or resistance bands. Over 4 to 6 weeks, your brain and muscles will forge stronger connections, creating a natural shock-absorbing mechanism that protects your joints, especially the knees and hips, from repeated overload. In summary, the multidirectional landing exercise is a powerful tool for developing balance, proprioception, and joint resilience. By keeping your toes pointing forward, you force your body to handle varied impact angles, sharpening protective reflexes, and lowering injury risk. Integrating this practice with strengthening mobility work and core activation delivers a comprehensive program that transforms body awareness and drives significant performance and safety gains. Try including this sequence 2 to 3 times weekly, dedicating 10 to 15 minutes per session, and watch your body evolve to absorb shocks with greater efficiency and endurance. By limiting impact forces through the ankle, knee, hip, and spine, you significantly reduce joint wear over time and prevent chronic pain. This single shock absorber exercise teaches your body to absorb impact smoothly, protecting supporting structures and enhancing daily comfort. To practice at home, stand with feet hip-width apart and perform controlled landings in multiple directions, always keeping your toes forward. Initially, you'll need to focus closely to adjust each landing angle, but as your brain internalizes the movement pattern, it will feel increasingly natural. Repeat 10 to 15 times in each direction, 2 to 3 times per week, dedicating 10 to 15 minutes per session to solidify motor learning. To further boost results, incorporate complementary exercises that strengthen stability structures. Calf-specific work, such as single leg raises and controlled jumps, increases muscle strength and can boost impact absorption capacity by up to 20%, as shown in studies with active adults. Additionally, mobility routines that include ankle rotations in all directions and toe extensions support flexibility and maintain a healthy foot arch, reducing pressure on sensitive areas like the heel and metatarsal bases. Engaging the core and posterior chain is equally vital. Upon landing, keep your abdomen braced and glutes engaged to control pelvic movement and protect the lumbar spine, minimizing unwanted forces that can worsen back pain. Feedback techniques, like filming your movements or using mirrors, allow you to correct subtle posture deviations and accelerate technical improvements, mirroring physiotherapy-based rehabilitation methods. To ensure safe progression, start on softer surfaces such as a yoga mat or a firm mattress to reduce initial impact. As your mastery grows, transition to rigid floors and then gradually add overloads by using lightweight vests or resistance bands around your ankles. In just 4 weeks of regular practice, most people notice a tangible reduction in joint pain, improved balance, and greater confidence in daily activities, from walking on uneven ground to climbing stairs without discomfort. Beyond biomechanical benefits, this exercise also promotes significant neurological improvements. Exposure to directional variations strengthens communication between muscles and the central nervous system, boosting reaction speed and stabilization capacity in unexpected situations. Crucial benefits for both athletes and seniors seeking functional independence. Research shows that proprioceptive training programs can reduce the risk of ankle sprains and knee twist injuries by up to 40%, especially in older populations. To maximize joint durability, it's advisable to combine this practice with recovery habits such as myofascial release sessions on the sole of the foot and ice application immediately after intense training sessions. Tennis ball massage, for example, helps release muscle tension and restore myofascial balance, accelerating the return to full comfort. Maintaining adequate levels of vitamin D and calcium also supports bone health, further reinforcing the joints involved in these movements. In summary, this multitask-controlled landing exercise in all directions acts as a true shock absorber for your lower limbs and spine. Practiced consistently, it teaches your body to handle impact forces, promotes proper muscle activation, and enhances neuromotor control, delivering benefits ranging from pain reduction to injury prevention. Try implementing this smart routine into your training program and observe a boost in quality of life and autonomy for performing complex movements safely and efficiently. Within days, you'll begin to feel the fluidity of this movement and natural shock absorption. Good luck with your practice, and for additional information or videos on improving your balance and agility, visit our channel, where you'll find complementary content to aid your development. As always, leave a comment sharing your results and impressions. Thank you for your time today, and see you in the next video. Now let's explore more deeply how this training evolves in your body and mind over time, so you can understand why consistency is the real secret behind performance gains and injury prevention. Initially, consciously performing the exercise demands intense focus, as you're building new neural connections among plantar pressure receptors, joints, and the vestibular system of the inner ear. As you repeat the movement pattern, your brain consolidates this information into long-term motor memories, a process that neuroscience studies suggest takes about 20 to 30 daily repetitions for the exercise to shift from mindful attention to an integrated automatic response within your broader functional movements. Thus, after 5 to 7 days of regular practice, you'll notice greater muscular relaxation during landings, fewer ankle tremors, and the sensation of your body gliding over the floor without jarring impact. This phenomenon stems from adaptations in muscle tone orchestrated by the motor cortex and cerebellum, improving the efficiency of the sensory motor arc and optimizing force distribution through the myofascial network and tendons. Alongside neuromuscular refinement, it's essential to maintain a complementary strengthening routine, especially for the posterior tibialis, fibularis, and plantar flexors, incorporating exercises with variable resistance bands and eccentric training for controlled deceleration. This methodology, recognized by sports physiotherapy research, can reduce micro-injury incidence in supporting tissues by up to 40%. Once you master the basic mechanics, you can add challenges like landing on unstable surfaces, placing cones irregularly to simulate rugged terrain, or executing rapid transitions between opposite directions. These unpredictable stimuli force your nervous system to further refine protective reflexes, transforming your body into a highly responsive living shock absorber. Over time, this adaptive capability extends to daily activities, hiking trails, climbing stairs, or even carrying loads, because your body learns to recognize and neutralize impact forces before they overload your joints. Additionally, improved agility and balance positively affect cardiovascular conditioning, as dynamic, multidirectional landings elevate metabolic and cardiovascular demand more efficiently than conventional linear training. Performance studies show that multidirectional plyometric exercises can increase anaerobic power by up to 15% when incorporated 3 times weekly into 4 to 6 week programs. Finally, motivation and the sense of rapid progress are key to sustaining commitment. Choose a measurable performance indicator, such as reduced body sway upon landing or response time in a direction change, and record it weekly with videos or motion analysis apps. This feedback strategy reinforces learning and motivates your brain to pursue continuous gains through consistent practice. Try sharing your goals with friends or in online training groups, as social accountability multiplies engagement and makes the evolution process more enjoyable and sustainable. Begin today this journey of motor refinement and experience how, within days, your body transforms into an efficient shock absorption system, ready to meet daily demands with safety and ease. And now I want to hear from you. Which of these benefits made the biggest difference in your daily life? Did you notice greater stability when walking, stronger legs, relief from joint pain, or that renewed confidence to move without fear? Share in the comments how your experience went. Tell your stories and challenges. Every account helps shape future content to make it even more relevant for you. If this exercise brought you any relief or sparked a new perspective on movement, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next advanced tips on balance, strength, and injury prevention. Be part of this community that values intelligent body care, understanding that progress happens through consistent steps, not extreme efforts. Tap the bell icon and, if you know someone who could benefit from these movements, share this video. Let's grow together, reinforcing the idea that true strength lies in the habit of good practices. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how old we are, but our determination to renew our body and mind every day. And if you've made it this far, type the word "Let's go" in the comments. That way we know you're committed to your own transformation and can inspire others to take the first step today.